Hi guys! If you want to see how I got this Tim Burton makeup, continue watching. Period. Spooky season. Hi guys, it's Kaden. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If not, maybe I can make it better. Maybe make you smile. It is officially October 1st as I'm filming this and hopefully uploading if I am responsible. We have never spent the Halloween spooky season together, so let me fill you in. Halloween has been one of my favorite holidays of all time ever since I was a little kid. We are gonna make the most out of this Halloween season, okay? Now you may be asking, Kaden, how are we gonna go about doing this? Well, I will tell you. My plan so far is to film and upload a different Halloween look every single day of October. I know. Little bit crazy, but I think we could do it and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, since it is officially the first day of October, spooky season is officially on. And today's video, I'm very excited because we are turning ourselves into a Tim Burton character. Woo! Now, Tim Burton makeup and Tim Burton looks is one of my favorite things to do because honestly, if I could look like this every day, I would. I love the art style of Tim Burton. Corpse Bride is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll probably do a video dedicated into turning into a Corpse Bride character potentially, but today is just gonna be Tim Burton style makeup for a Tim Burton Halloween look. So it's not specific characters, but it's just Tim Burton. Okay, cool. Alrighty, without further ado, let's just get into this, guys. Ooh, we're all zoomed in. Got a damp beauty blender, always important. Okay, first things first, you wanna start off by concealing your face. No dimension at all, because we are gonna be redimensioning our face with Tim Burton. If you know Tim Burton style, they have very sharp features, so you wanna make sure your face is a blank canvas for that. This is where one time my paleness really comes in handy because Tim Burton characters look borderline dead. So I'm gonna really shine. Then with a damp beauty blender, you wanna go ahead and blend this all in. Blend. We just really want to erase everything. Erase the nose, erase everything, even the under eye bags, because we are going to be exaggerating them and filling them back in. All right, we're a real blank canvas now. Jump scare. Also, if you miraculously don't know what Tim Burton is and Tim Burton characters, what they look like, this is what we are going for, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely adore it. Love it so much. Contour. Now, in my opinion, the things that stand out the most about a Tim Burton character is how slim their face is, how small their nose is, and how big their eyes are. So that's gonna be your main focus when following this tutorial. I'm also using a darker contour that is a more ashier tone brown, not a warm tone brown, because as you know, Tim Burton characters are very dead like. So you want to really steer away from giving like warm tones to the face. And by warm tones, I mean like orangey contours and orangey bronzers, because Tim Burton characters are more cool tone. Their color palettes are more cool tone, like deep purples, grays, blues, stuff like that. But we do want a base, so that's why I'm putting this brown bronzer on, because we want to have a base where the deeper, darker shadows can sit on without looking too weird. Are you guys excited for Halloween? I am so pumped. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna be yet, so looking forward to that. But I'm so glad that I could turn myself into multiple different things for your viewing pleasure. Okay, we got the baseline for everything. We are going to immediately jump into the eyes, because the eyes is what really, we're gonna kind of hop around, but we're gonna start off with the eyeshadow and then we'll do like the final touches on the eyes after the rest of the faces. I always like to start off with the eyes because it gives a good foundation of like what you're aiming to look like, if that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna take a flat brush and a deep purple color. If you grab any purpley plum color, this will work just fine. But I like to grab a purple color because it really gives like the depth to the eye. And I will go ahead and run it across my lash line. And don't worry about being particular of where you place this. Like, make it as messy as you want, because the messier the better. But you can see it already kind of gives that like kind of like a sinking effect. Then we're going to grab a white, very light shadow and press it all along our eyelids, specifically in the front and the center of the eyes. And doing the same on the other eye. now that we have white shadow all over the eyes. Okay, next I'm gonna be taking a very fluffy eyeshadow brush, and we're going to be going in with this purpley gray color. Tim Burton characters, again, are very ghostly, so any grays or cool tone like purples or blues will be your best friend in this tutorial. And you just want to fill in where the hollows of your eyes are. If you're having a hard time figuring out where the hollows of your eyes are, I always look straight forward, and then you could see where your eyelid crease is, and that's where you want to pack the shadow in. So if I open my eyes, my crease is going to be right there, and that is where you want to focus and build the most product. I don't connect the front because you want the front to be bright and wide. If you put shadow in there, then it's going to close the eye out, so you want to keep the definition on the outer corner of the eye. That way the shadow is really lifting the front part, because you can kind of see the difference of them. If you want, don't bring it in here, but I'll kind of go around and connect it to the bridge of my nose. That way this is a lot smaller. All right, that is a good base for one eye. Look how like you know. We'll do the same exact thing on the other eye, remembering to keep a light hand because you don't want to be too heavy-handed with this. It's really all about packing that shadow in the crease to give your eyes a bigger effect. Alrighty, that is what we're looking like so far. See how the shadow is really like hollowing away at the eyes, and I brought the shadow in right here because the nose is what we're gonna do next, and the nose needs to be like almost invisible, because if you look at all the Tim Burton characters, they like have only nostrils and that's it. Obviously we're human beings, so we have to have noses, but the smaller is the better, so we're gonna try to get it as small as possible. And taking a flat brush again, dipping into the same gray color that we have on the eyes, and we're gonna start just really slimming this nose down. If you mess up, don't worry about it. That's what concealer is for. We got a solid line down. Then I'm gonna take and go from your nostril and make that shadow. And just, we're really making it as buttony as possible. That is what it should look like. Then we're taking this and we're gonna draw a line right here. So it'll look like that. We'll draw a line at the tip as well. So ultimately, that is what it'll look like. It's a real trust the process, so don't freak out if it's starting to look a little bit scary. Trust your abilities that it will look good. Then we're gonna take it a step further and take this dark gray purple, and we're gonna make 2 nostril lines. And that is what it'll look like. Because again, Tim Burton's characters have like no nose, so you want to make it as tiny as possible. And I always like to connect it within the nose. Like, look how teeny tiny my nose looks. And we're gonna take a clean brush and just start buffing this harsh line out. Because again, you want it to be noticeable, but not crazy noticeable. Then we're gonna be going back in with our concealer. That's why we didn't set anything, because you gotta conceal some more. Then going back in with our beauty blender and very carefully carving this nose out. Don't rush, really take your time with it, because if you mess up the precision of this, your nose will be all wonky, and we don't want that. We want to look like a snatched Tim Burton character, okay? Look how tiny that nose looks after I did that. That's insane. Honestly, the more defined you could get it, the better. This part is what's like so like meticulous. Look at that itty bitty nose contour. Slay! Alrighty, this is what the nose is looking like right now. Liking the way it's turning out. Like, ridiculously small. Ridiculously small, but that is what you're going for. So if your nose looks like this, props to you, good job. Alright, then we're gonna start working on the cheekbones. Again, Tim Burton characters are known for having like pristine cheekbones, like ridiculous. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back in to this gray color that I did for the eyes. I like to suck in and find the hollows of my natural cheekbone, because you still, at the end of the day, need to do what will look best for your face. Because when you're talking, you want it to still look as natural as possible. See, when I'm talking, this is moving. If you just did it anywhere, like, it won't go, like, it won't exaggerate your natural features, which is the most important part. Look how ridiculous that looks now. Also, notice how I didn't start the contour at the base of my cheek, because all the dimension when you talk needs to be right here, because at the end of the day you're hollowing in your face. So that's where it needs to look the most empty. Like, look how ridiculous that looks from the side. And then with just tapping motions, we are going to blend this in and bring it into the hairline. And we'll do the same on the forehead because we want it to look cohesive, obviously. Obviously. Find when you're talking, when you're sucking in, where your cheek naturally hollows, and that is where you want to put the dark shadow. And you're gonna drag it down. That is what it'll be looking like so far. Just really like ghoul-like, you know? Boys and girls from memory lane, won't you like to see something strange? And we're gonna drag it all the way down. Time for that jawline check. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Really just sharpen it up as possible. I'm putting some shadow like up here a little bit, because at the end of the day we want our chin to be a little bit more pointy. That way it all looks like it's like, you know what I mean? So kind of connect that to your contour line right here. See how it all naturally looks like it's falling down? That's what you want. Then we're gonna take our concealer again and we're gonna clean up the white areas, because again, we want it to pop. That is what we want to fill in. The blank areas. It's like coloring in a coloring book, you know? Taking our booty blender again and staying in the lines of where your contour is. You don't want to go outside of that, because then it can mess up your lines. And that is what you will be left with. Don't we love it now? As you can see, this is what we're left with, looking absolutely snatched. If you want, you could add a little bit of color up here. I'm going to, just so I can be a little bit more pretty and have a little bit more dimension. But again, personal preference. I'm just going to give some more definition to the face. I'm putting it literally on the very, very, very tip top of the face. Then we are gonna go back to the eyes and take a flat brush and go in again with that dark gray that we've been using this whole time. Okay, my camera died, but luckily I have a second camera. So let's continue. As I was saying, we're gonna be using this jumbo white liner pencil, because again, Tim Burton's character's eyes are like ridiculously huge. And by the way, you could get these like jumbo eye pencils from like literally any drugstore place. You could get them at like Target. That's where I got mine. And we're gonna go along our waterline just like that. Really open up the eyes. And then we're also gonna drag it underneath our lash line. So honestly, just completely white out your eyelashes, like on the bottom. Completely white out your eyelashes, because we're not going to be using them. We are going to be drawing in some new ones. This looks crazy. I put it in the corner as well, so that's what it's going to be looking like. Your eyes will definitely need to adjust, because your eyeballs are like, what the fuck is underneath my eyes right now? Then you're going to be taking the dark gray shadow that we've been using, and you're going to pack it underneath the white line to draw yourself a new eyeline. Do the same thing on the other eye. All right, now that we have a line under, we're gonna be taking this darker color and using a flat brush and defining that line even more. Because at the end of the day, you want it to look like it's actually your eye line. We're gonna go back in with that gray, and this is where we will start drawing in some eye bags. That's what it's looking like. Like, if you could find a gray purple, that will be your best friend through this whole tutorial, because that is like the #1 color that I'm using right now. We got eye bags going on, looking great. A little bit more, I'm gonna add some darkness to it, because I really want it to exaggerate like right here. Beautiful, just like this. Now it's time for the eyebrows. Now Tim Burton eyebrows are always like this, so that's what we're gonna be drawing on. Obviously Tim Burton eyebrows are obviously usually really thin, so if you have naturally thick brows, I would maybe recommend blotting your brows out, which is like covering them up. But if you don't want to do that, get them as thin as possible. And I'm going to be taking again this dark purple black color and just start making a line in my eyebrow. Up. Like that. That's what it's looking like. And again, eyebrows are sisters, not twins, and that is going to apply in this tutorial as well, okay? So don't come for me. If you mess up a little bit, it's okay, because we're gonna go in with cleanup right now. You're gonna take some concealer, and yes, this is gonna be a little but you're gonna put it in your eyebrow hair. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, if you mess up anywhere, you could just re-add shadow. You could always re-add somewhere. That's what the eyebrows are looking like. We kind of lost some of the color on the face, so I'm gonna go back in with that brown, or I'm gonna go back in with the gray and kind of redefine that line. This is what we are looking like so far. Looking glorious, I think. Honestly, face-wise, like in the way it looks, I think we could go ahead and set this. Go ahead and set this with any powder that you have. I'm gonna be using just this pink one because I don't know where my white one is. If you have a white one, perfect, use that. If you have your regular powder, if you have a regular powder color, that'd be just fine as well. I'm gonna start off with the bottom and chisel the cheek out. Remember to be careful where you're putting this because you still want the grayness under your eyes. So make sure you're not covering that up with powder. Everything in your face is now set. We're gonna define the eyes some more. We're gonna take the flat angle brush and again going with that dark purple black, and at the edge of the eye we're going to make a wing. And we have a wing, and only connect it to the center of the eye because you don't want to put it up here because then it's going to close the eye out. And we're going to do the same to the other side. That is what you're looking like. Now, you can use fake lashes if you want. You could put some fake eyelashes on the side to really exaggerate it. I hate fake lashes personally, so I will not be using fake lashes. But we need to draw in fake lashes at the bottom. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take a brow pencil or an eyeliner. I don't have a black eyeliner with me right now. You're gonna take a little pencil and you're gonna draw in lashes. Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could use individual lashes and glue them at the bottom. I just don't feel like doing that right now, honestly. So again, make sure you start at where we drew in that line because that's where your lashes are gonna grow from. That's what's looking like. I don't know if you could see that. Right there. Bam. Easy peasy. If you guys want to get this palette for this look specifically, it's the Rose Quartz palette from Huda Beauty. And it's just these two end colors over here. All right, eyes are looking killer, if I'm gonna be honest. Then we're gonna curl the top lashes and put some mascara on them. And you want to focus your lashes on the outside because again, you want your eyes to lift up and look big. If you are gonna use false lashes, I would recommend cutting them in half and just putting them at the very end because all of Tim Burton's characters' eyelashes are like super long at the end. And that is one eye done. All we have to do is the lips and we're gonna be all set. So for the lips, we want to keep it in the same color scheme, obviously. And Tim Burton's top lips are always a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna overline the Cupid's bow and kind of curve out like that. That's what you want. That's what you want it to look like. My lips are very chapped right now. Just thought you should know. And again, with the flat brush that we've been using, with that black shade, we're gonna define the curve. For the actual color of the lips, I'm going to be using this very pale pink blush and pressing it into the center. Because it'll kind of achieve that like ghostly look that we want. And bam, there you go. I am going to go ahead and add in my freckle because I love it so much. And if you want to add anything else to your Tim Burton character, feel free. Have free reign. This is your character. There we go. Just added a little freckle. Alrighty guys, so this is the Tim Burton makeup all complete. And then for the costume wise, it's super easy. The main thing is honestly the face. Like if the face looks like Tim Burton, like you could really wear anything. I just paired it with a black turtleneck and a black vest, and I'm just wearing like a really long skirt. And you could either put your hair up. I'm gonna leave it down because I think it's actually really cute with this headband. But yeah, this is the Tim Burton character makeup all complete. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. They're right next to each other, so might as well. Also, comment down below what other characters you want to see me transform into because again, we're gonna be trying to post a video every single day involving Halloween. So we'll see. But remember to stay always unapologetically yourself. Never change for anyone because you're perfect just the way you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!